grab your seat and sit down well and make sure you're writing every bit of this. Yesterday we talked about planning. 2 days ago we talked about goal setting. 2 days ago we talked about reprogramming your mindset, and we start with the new beginning. And today, just like I said yesterday, if you finish setting your goal and you don't plan and start doing those activities you're meant to do, everything you have written, they are just wish. And the truth is what? You can't even attain one of the things you wrote down. And today is that day we're waiting for. Now, the beautiful thing is what? You are going to be hearing this training from someone that is in the field. For some of us that are in a coding room, you understand what I'm saying. You can imagine when some persons are even struggling to request for one code in a day. Some persons are requesting 150 code in a day, morning 150, night 150. Now you can imagine what we're saying. When some persons are battling, how will I request for one every day? You're not even doing one every day. Some persons are doing 150 in the morning, 150 in the night. And this is the kind of person you're going to be hearing from him today. So if I were you today, if I am in a place where I am being distracted, just leave that place. Leave the place, look for a very calm place. Get your writing material, grab it, and start writing immediately. This person is someone that I respect so well. One of the person we celebrated recently, a car achiever, in fact, 2-time car achiever from this organization, a global executive. In fact, recently he just attained one of the prestigious rank in C1 FG. You're going to hear it later. And a lot is about to come up. So without wasting much time, I believe we're all ready. If you're ready for this training, just go to the comment section and type, I am ready. Type, I am ready before I invite this person. If you're ready, just go to the comment section and type, I am ready for this training. Just type you're ready before we get started. Go to the comment section and type you are ready. So without wasting time, I'm going to be inviting my own person, someone that I have lots and lots of regards for. He's a veterinary doctor by profession, and he has mentored lots and lots of people, and he's still mentoring more. So let's put our hands together as we welcome Dr. Umar to take over this training. Dr. Umar, I believe you are in the house. Good evening, Dr. Umar.
Our first lady, I'm right here with you. I appreciate this whole hype in there. As I see the ground just open, let me enter. I sincerely appreciate you, now. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I really sincerely thank you for this privilege. And let me also use the opportunity to thank you for all the support I've been getting, not just from other leaders, but from you yourself. I remember the day Julia took me to AIM Global, was teaching me how to process products. I can't forget, and all that. So I really appreciate every form of support. Even you were teaching me about maintenance when we were in the Philippines, outside Nigeria. I sincerely appreciate. Those are things I can never forget. And that's the reason why I promised myself, to the best of my capacity, I will ensure I do as much justice. Now, people have been asking me, what exactly am I doing in terms of activities? And I believe strongly a success for one is a success for all. So I will encourage every single person, all right, please get your writing material, write what you can write, all right, so that you can retain as much as you can retain. And just like Ambassador Juliet said, that if you're in a place where you might be distracted, do everything in your capacity to avoid distraction, because what I'm about to share is straight from my heart, all right? And I believe strongly, in fact, my prayer is you understand it better than I try to put it, all right? So let's swing into action without wasting time. Are we ready? Please, we can hear me. Just write I can hear you, or just write I'm ready. If you're ready, let's get started. I'll be sharing my screen, but I want to be sure everybody can hear me very well. My audio systems are intact. All right, thank you very much. Let's just start. Let's hit the ball rolling. So today we're going to be talking about the daily activities in the field. All right, daily activities in the field that, daily activities in the field to become a 7-figure income earner. All right. And I was just, when I was called to do this training, I was just looking at it. I said, okay, this is it. This is basic. Now, let me say this. I'm not going to be speaking grammar. I'm actually not here to speak any grammar. I'm here to tell you exactly the way it is. All right. You want to become a 7-figure income earner. Don't expect it to be something that will be palatable to you. If it was just that straight to the moon, guess what? There will be no need of me being here. And guess what? The truth about it is this. I have to let you know exactly what it is, all right, so that you can what? Focus on what is important and you can hit the mark. That is it. All right. So we're looking at daily activities in the field that can help you become a 7-figure income earner, that can help you become making up to $1 million and above, and possibly become a monthly millionaire mentor. All right. These things are simple. I don't want to confuse simplicity for being easy, but the activities are actually simple. They are mundane. They are basic. But the only thing is this: most times people shy away from it, and sometimes people tend to focus on what is of less importance. All right. So let us go straight. First of all, let us start. I love to make it very, very simple, but please follow me. Don't get distracted. Like I said, it's not about English. It's about telling you exactly where you need to focus on, and you hit it and you break the ice. All right. And this is something I've been trying. I've done trials and error. Thank God for my mentors. But sometimes, as a stubborn student, you just want to undertake some kind of things. And I've made lots of mistakes, and I keep making mistakes and learning from them. But I think what has helped me more is the mentorship I've gotten. Now, what is activity? Let's start with that. Activity is simple, a state of being active, right? That's what the dictionary told me, a state of being active. And in this case, in the business. All right, that is it. So it means if you're doing activity, it means you're active in the business. And activity indicates that you are alive in the business. That's just what it means. And it simply means, on the other way, that if you are not doing activity, you are dead in the business, period. Simply put. It's as simple as that, because most times you don't see people come to tell you that I am quitting the business or I don't want to do the business again. I'm not talking about the new connectors that are yet to build capacity or who are still undergoing emotional competence in the business. I'm talking about sometimes when you see core leaders or people who have been in the business, they believed in the business, but at the same time, they still quit the business. When you see them quitting, they don't come and quit at once. Quitting starts when you start dropping in your activity. So activity indicates that you are alive in the business, and inactivity indicates that you are what? Either dying slowly or you're already dead in the business. Let's move on to the next heading. Why daily activities? All right. Why daily activities? I'll tell you, you need to do daily activities as far as the business is concerned. Whether you are full-time, whether you are part-time, because you can build this business on full-time, you can also build it on part-time. Even though the achievement or the success can never be comparable, but both are possible. Even when you are building on part-time, your target is to see that you build it to become a full-timer. All right. When you're talking about 7-figure income, most times it's not a part-time income. You can make hundreds of thousands of naira even on part-time, but 7 figures, it is a full-time. And even if you're on part-time, guess what? You need what I call daily activities. It is important. Now, why daily activities? That's the question you might ask. The reason is because you need momentum. All right. You need momentum. No momentum, no success as far as the business is concerned. You could make some income, but forget about financial freedom. You're going to build momentum. This is a business that's like a wheelbarrow. You are being pushed, or you're pushing a car or a truck up the hill. You cannot leave it at some point in time in the middle of the hill. If you don't get to the top or to a reasonable length in the business and you try to release what you are doing, guess what? You will what? You will simply crash down back to ground zero. I'm seeing some complaints. Please, somebody confirm if you can hear me. I want to be sure somebody can hear me. Someone says it is not loud. Please confirm if it is audible enough. Just confirm if you can hear me. Just say I can hear you. Let me be sure. All right, someone said I can hear you clearly. Please, if you can't hear me well, check on your network, okay? That is it. So we're on why daily activities. Number one, to build momentum. All right, you need a sustained momentum. We're talking about 7 figures here. All right, we're not talking about 6 figures or 5 figures. No, we're talking about 7 figures. Over $1 million naira, 2 million naira, and above, up till less than 10 million. All right, and why daily activities? You also need to do daily activities because you want to achieve your goal. Ambassador Juliet told us yesterday, gave us goal setting and strategies. And guess what? She said a lot extensively, and I don't need to repeat what she said. All right. Action, if you set a goal without action, it is as good as there is no goal. All right, you have a vision. But let me tell you something, nobody sits and wake up like we understand and automatically you achieve your vision. If it is vision, it's not a day thing. It will involve a period of time. It will involve a couple of persons or engagement. And guess what? Your vision is just a function, all right, or what you get as your vision achieved is just a function of what comes in, year out, most probably. And what you're going to get yearly is a function of what you do or what you achieve every month. And what you're going to get at the end of the month is just a function of what you achieve every week. And what comes to you at the end of the week is a function or is a reflection of what you do daily. And that is exactly how it is. If you are doing this business and you do activities, we're coming to the core activities, but I'm just, making it bland. If you're doing activities, let's say every other day, maybe every week, once in a week, it simply means you are going to be getting maybe result once in a week. But trust me, you might get result once in a week, but you might stay in the business for the next 10 years without anything significant. Why? Not because we're not doing activities, but simply because it is almost impossible or very, very difficult to build true momentum, all right, when you do activities scantily or when you do activities when you feel like, all right, so it has to be daily, all right, and when I mean daily, it is very possible, no matter how busy your schedule is, you can actually do daily activities. We're going to be coming to that so that you can understand it more, all right, and we're going to move to the next heading, all right, now the question is this, or this is it, what are the types of activities? What are the type of activities as far as our business is concerned? All right, there are different types of activities, all right, and in a brief, just like recapping what the mastermind told us, you have positive activities, all right, and you have negative activities. Positive activities which eventually brings results. When you do the right thing, you get results, all right? But negative activity is also activity. But the problem with negative activity is this, it eventually brings frustration, all right? Just like we heard from the mastermind, all right, 2 days back from the training he gave, reprogramming your mind into 7-figure income, right? Now that is it. Now, I want us to bring our attention to the types of days as far as this business is concerned. Please pay close attention and understand this, because sometimes people are doing a lot. I've seen lots of people who are putting in so much energy in the business, like I used to do. I've tried lots of things, a couple of things. I used to put in lots of energy, and guess what? It was sometimes it's just a flaw. All right, that is it. There are 3 types of days, and this was what made me understood where I should focus. All right, and I stopped pursuing or stop chasing things that are irrelevant. Now, 3 types of activity or 3 types of days or activities when you relate it days stroke activities. 3 types of days when you relate it to the kind of activities you do. Eric Perry mentioned this in one of his training I listened to, right? And he said the first type of days in relation to activities you do is a productive day. So when you're in this business and you need to be able to detect it. If you're in this business, you don't know if you are productive or your day is productive or not. You can't even tell whether you are moving closer to your goal. So the first type of day in relation to the activities is a productive day, which is a day where you do productive activities. All right, that is it. The second type of day is the supportive day. Now, what is a productive day? What do we mean by productive activities? Now, there are different types of activities in this business. And guess what? The productive activity, let me make it very simple. I call among the 7 skills, prospecting and inviting. Invitation is the productive activity. All right, that is it. Most other things you do in this business are amazing supportive activities that can also get you forward, maybe in the short or the long term, probably in the medium or the long term rather. But you see, productive activity, the major productive activity you need to understand it as far as this business is concerned is how much of persons you are able to show your opportunity or that are able to come across the business you do. The invitation, it's a numbers game. All right, so that's what determines the level of productivity. All right, for supportive activity, this is what is going to strengthen the level of your productivity. It's going to strengthen it, but it's not going to give you an instant productivity. Let me give an instance for supportive activity. When you talk about supportive activities, for example, taking my team members through the SMO checklist, attending millionaire school training, reading a book, personal development, these are amazing activities in the business. All right, but guess what? That's not an activity that can give you an immediate income. Productive activity is going to give you, on the stretch, just an immediate income. You can make an income. Rachel said, from Port Harcourt said, I can't hear you. Rachel, please check your network. Someone please help me type. I would have done that earlier. Just type on the chat box to direct those who might not have access to their audio to just go down the left corner and click do the needful so that they can access the audio. Anybody can do that. I'll appreciate it. Okay, thank you very much. All right. So productive activity is invitation, showing people the opportunity so that you can get them to sign up or to subscribe to your business. Period. The supportive activities, every other activities that builds around your productive activity that will definitely increase your productivity over time. All right, like I mentioned, personal development, training, gaining more knowledge, transferring knowledge, and all these. These are amazing supportive activities that can also increase your productivity. All right, but when it comes to daily activities, your main productive activity for the day is the number of people you show the opportunity. Please understand it. So the first type is productive. The second type is supportive. And what is the third type? The third type is the lost day. The productive days, the supportive days, and the lost days. The lost days is when you have a day where you did neither any tangible, productive, or even supportive activity. All right, that day is gone. Maybe that was the day you can't even account for what you did as far as the business is concerned. All right, as far as the business is concerned, you didn't book a single prospect, you didn't do anything regarding the business, you didn't even read any book, you didn't infuse knowledge to any of your team members, you didn't do anything. But there are other things you did outside the business. All right, maybe you went for your job, maybe you're busy. I went for burial, I went for name it. All right, it might have been a beneficial day for you, but as far as the business is concerned, it is a lost day for the business. Period. All right, now let's move on. I want you to take note of something. All right, very, very important. It is important to help us understand this, that when you talk about productivity, all right, true productivity, a typical successful day as far as this business is concerned is a balanced combination, a day where you have a balanced combination of productive activities and supportive activities. Sometimes if you make the day all throughout productive activities, booking and inviting and all that, guess what? That might be amazing. But if you have several days on the stretch focused on this, guess what? There will still be issues. You need a balanced combination of this every day. Whether you are full-time, whether you are part-time. You can build a business on full-time, you can build it on part-time. Of course, the result will never be the same, but you can't build it on spare time. All right? That is it. So for and what you have, another thing to a very important note to take note, to have in mind is the more the lost days you have, all right, the more the lost days you have, the more momentum you lost. All right, the more momentum you lost, and the more you keep losing momentum, guess what? The bad it is for your business, the detrimental it is for your business. Now, let me make us understand something. I can still remember very vividly where at some point in time of my business, when I was coming up in the business, I used to have my team members around me. Sometimes leaders take pleasure in that. All right, you have your team members around you. You see, it's not a function of how many people you have around you, but it's a function of what activities they are doing. It is crucial. So most times you have some of these, my leaders and upcoming leaders, they are coming up all the time. They're always close to me. When I see them, at times I feel glad. But guess what? At the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the week, no code, no sign up, no income generated. And guess what? At the end of the day, some of them start getting discouraged. When I understood it, guess what? I just realized that they were having more of lost days. Imagine somebody coming to the office, and this is what is happening to so many people. You come down to the office, maybe you're a full-timer. This is where you have full part-timer or part full-timer. I don't know how to put it. But guess what? Whereby you come down to the office and you said you are a full-timer, but guess what? That very day, you cannot account precisely. I cannot account precisely for exactly what I did that day. I did activities, but guess what? That day was still lost. Because guess what? Maybe I just managed to do one follow-up that didn't even click, but I had enough time to discuss and gist with co-connectors or partners in the office, and that day was gone, right? So take note, the more a typical successful day is a combination of productive activities and supportive activities. All right, that is it. The more the lost days you have, the more momentum you lost, and the more momentum you lost, the lesser your chance for success. In fact, the lesser, or you have a zero chance for 7-figure. Even if you do hit 7-figure by mistake or by luck, guess what? You will not sustain it because there will be no momentum. All right, that is the reason why activities has to be daily. All right, now let us move to the next heading. Please follow me closely because we are coming to the real juice. I needed to start with this so that you can understand it. So when I start bringing in some points, it will not be confusing to you. All right, now I want to give you 3 types of people with regards to activities as far as the business is concerned. And I want you to be sincere as far as this training is. I want you to be sincere in identifying yourself. All right, vet yourself, rate yourself as far as this training is concerned, what you're going to be learning from this training. All right, because the only person that can truly evaluate you is you. You can, I can deceive anybody, but you see, when I start deceiving myself, guess what? It's going to be terrible for me because at the end of the day, there's no chance for me. There are 3 types of people when you relate it to activities they do, as far as the business is concerned. Number 1, the first one, all right, are the posers. All right, I call them Wahala people. That's how we call them in my office. The posers are, like I call them in a very subtle way. I say, man, this one are Wahala people. Now, why do we call them posers? The posers are posers because why? They have some characteristics. The posers, a typical poser, all right, is a person who, is in your team. Let us pay attention to this so that you can understand it. All right, is in your team, is there. Some of them can even be showing around. That's even the funny thing about posers. You always see sometimes they come around. But guess what? The problem with them is they are full. They have much of L days. You can check a poser in the whole month. Guess what? You might just see that that person is doing, maybe just one day was the day he did anything reasonable, if at all. Full of L days. I'm sure someone should understand what I mean by L days. Please write on the chat box if you understand what I mean by L days. All right. If you understand it, just tell me. Let me be sure you're following. All right. L days. What do you understand by L days? I mentioned that. Good. Thank you very much. Someone just mentioned that L days what simply means lost days. A typical poser is full of lost days. And guess what? This is another characteristic of a typical poser. Please, I want you to look at this. Be sincere to yourself. Because when you are sincere to know where you are, all right, you can easily figure out where you need to be and you can put in adjustment. All right. But if you assume where you are not, it means you're not being sincere. You will not be able to adjust. Another characteristic of a typical poser is this. They might show up, but they never do tangible, productive, or even supportive activity. Building their knowledge, understanding the industry, going through the basic activity, personal development, you won't see them doing it. But anytime you hear something is happening, they are always there. They are always there. You hear, in fact, sometimes they are the ones you always see. In fact, you hear some of this. This is how you know. This is how I easily detect some posers. Some of them will not want to work with their leaders. I have a couple of them, a handful of them in my team, but we've done away with most of them, so we hardly can get them now, right? That is it. We used to have a handful of them in our team, whereby you see somebody, and this is one of the things that tells you, it gives you an idea whether you're a poser or not. You see, when you understand this thing, from wherever you are and you understand what you're supposed to do, the system is already there. The system has been created by the mastermind, the global leaders. Guess what? At any point in time, when you follow the system, you will break through, you will record significant results. But sometimes you're going to hear things from posers like this. You're going to hear statements like, no, I don't want to work with my leader. I don't want to work with my leader. I want to work with a higher mentor. And it's good. It's a good feeling to, I want to work with a higher mentor. Guess what? The same leader you don't want to work with is producing monthly millionaire earners. The same leader is a U leader, is a global leader, is a whatever. And guess what? He's producing millionaires. He has mentored people into the millionaire realm. He has mentored people to success. But you are shying away from him and you are looking for another mentor. Guess what? It's just an attribute of a poser. The reality is this. In fact, even if you are given access to that mentor that you are looking for, you are being selective about the mentorship. Guess what? Even if you get access to that mentor, trust me, you will very soon be looking for another mentor. Your problem might not be mentorship. Your problem is just that I am a what? I am a poser. That is it. So understand it. Know the basic activities that matters. All right. You don't need to get access to the president or Dr. Eduardo Cabanton or Ambassador Michael. The system is already there. He's a human being. If he's to access everybody, he can't survive it. All right. So understand it. That's another characteristic of a poser. Another characteristic of a poser is this. They can be a cancer. I call them momentum killer. they can be a major source of distraction. They can be a major source of distraction to the team, because sometimes they can have a terrible negative influence on other team members. Because most times when they stay in the team, like a cancer, guess what? They are not getting results. Go forward, they are not going. Go backward, they are not going. And guess what? Most times when they've done and all that, the next thing you start hearing, they start infusing negative things to even the other team members who are putting in some effort. So what does this mean? It means when you have a poser in your team, as a leader, you need to be smart. You need to first of all identify yourself, all right? And be sure that you're not a poser. Be sure that you are ready for this business. You have this vision inside and you are ready to do this business. A poser is not really ready to attain success. He's not really ready to be a millionaire. But if you ask who wants to be a millionaire, he's the first to raise his hand. You have people like that in the business, all right? If you're one of such, make up your mind and tell yourself, I'm not going to be a poser anymore, all right? And if you know anybody who has any of these characteristics, what you need to do, this is my advice as a leader, guide them as much as you can so that you can what? Give them good orientation to shift into the what? Into the proper activity. But many times I've discovered that it's a little difficult. It is possible, but it can be difficult. But sometimes if it gets too problematic, guess what? It will be better you find a way, all right, to position them in a way where they don't distract your team members from their activities. All right, that is how you do with posers. The second type of, we're talking about the three types of people with regards to activities. The second type are the amateurs. We call them the hunters. All right, the hunters. Now, the hunters are people who are very interested in the business. They are putting in lots of activities. All right, but the problem is this: even if they think they understand the vision, but they are really still less visionary. That's the truth. The hunters. All right, and they have their futures. They have their characteristics. So the first one is the poser. Now we're talking about the hunters. Now there's one characteristic of the hunters. They can be so desperate. And it will interest you to know that on an average team, when you look at a team, guess what? You might not have so much posers most times. You might have a good number of them, but not much. But guess what? It will interest you to know that the vast majority of people you might get in a team, in an average team, most of them sometimes can be what? Amateurs or hunters. And what is their characteristic? They are desperate. They can put in lots of activities, and that's one amazing thing about them. They can put in a lot of activity. Sometimes it can be negative, sometimes it can be positive, but they are not putting in negative because they want to put in negative, but because of their less skill. They don't have much skill, and the vision, they are not working on the vision, so they struggle a lot. They are putting in, they are sincere in their activity, they are trying to do it, but guess what? 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, they are struggling in the business. Guess what? They are struggling to even get a sign up. It can be so difficult. All right. This is one of their characteristics. Now, these are some of their characteristics. Take note of it if you're writing, because I'm a little fast because this is not the main thing we're supposed to be taking. But I want you to get this foundation so that when I start talking about the main juice, guess what? It will not be confusing to you. Write anything that is of importance to you, but more importantly, listen very well to understand it. Now, the average hunter, guess what? This is it. He only follows the direction of sign up. We're talking about activities in the field that takes you to 7-figure income. Now, the question is this: is sign up, getting sign up important? Yes, very, very important. That's the truth. Very, very important. I heard someone wrote on the chat box, poser spirit, die in Jesus' name. Amen. But pay attention, all right? In fact, you can even say, get behind me, poser. All right? But let's move on. Only follows the direction of sign up. These are some of the futures. Understand it. Anything that will give them sign up, they're ready to follow it. And is that a bad thing? No. But I'll tell you where the issue is. Where the challenge is this: most times they have minimal commitment in training and capacity building. All right? If you talk about, I have people, I need to get people. No, come and do lunch for me, come and do that and all that and all that. And it's a good thing. This enthusiasm is there. They want to get results. All right? But the problem sometimes, they pay less attention or they pay less commitment in capacity building, in training. If they have airtime, let's say 500 naira in their phone, and they have a choice, either to promote events, their team members to come for training, or to what? To call a prospect. They would rather use the money to call prospects. It's just natural for them, right? Both are important. You need to get sign-ups, you need to get prospects, you need to get sign-ups. But more important, you need to build capacity of yourself and you need to build capacity of other people. Millionaire school training, they might just walk in there and walk in alone, but they might not even want to work. call anybody from Millionaire School Training. They just see like a waste of what? They just see like a waste of airtime. It is better they conserve that airtime and use it to book prospects. Everything is important. You need to do all. All right. Pay attention. Another thing about the amateurs or the hunters, like I call them, is they will most times only settle, if at all they will ever give anybody attention in their business, they will most times only settle for prospects that will be willing to pay full payment, or that will be willing to do 15 account or 7 account, or as the case may be. Once you are not paying money, you are not talking money, guess what? You are off their track, or you are off their perspective. And this is not ideal when it comes to those who are going to be thinking about 7-figure income. All right. Get the sign up. Is it important to get the sign up? Yes, it is very important. All right. But don't be a hunter. All right. Now, another characteristics of a what? Of a hunter is this. You are going to have, now let me tell you how it operates. Sometimes you run presentation. It's just natural, because sometimes you are thinking, okay, when you run that, I need this person to look. Anyhow, you are going to do that presentation. Most times, you always see there will be people there that might not catch the vision immediately, or they might catch the vision, but guess what? They might not even have the capacity to start on the go, but they are very interested in the business. All right. But an average hunter, once a presentation is run, a presentation has been run, let's say that there are a dozen persons seated, 12 persons seated in a presentation. And out of that 12 persons, you have, let's say, 2 persons signed up. Or maybe 1 person signed up. 1 person signed up out of 12 people that were seated. 1 person signed up. And guess what? Let's say the rest of them didn't sign up. But out of the rest of them, the remaining 11 are so interested in the business, but complain, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have money, I can't start and all that. It's called BAI. BAI simply means Brand Ambassador Initiative. Sometimes we give opportunities for such persons if we discover, all right, if we're able to figure out that really their limitation is what it is, but they are really sincerely willing to move on. All right. Now, the average, approach of a hunter is once they manage, in fact, that sign up they get, in fact, the remaining 11 people have forgotten issues. Each time I run presentation, even though it's been quite a while now, I didn't run presentation, it's been quite a while. But guess what? Whenever I run a presentation, I've taught my leaders this. I'm going to tell you what Brand Ambassador Initiative is now. Guess what? I've taught my leaders this. And you see all of them, whenever they run presentation, they're always smiling. Why are they smiling? The simple reason is because there is no presentation an average leader who is not a hunter will run that will not get signed up. It's impossible. And I know what I just said can be a little shocking to someone. It is impossible for a leader that is not a hunter to run a presentation for 1, 2, 3 persons seated without getting signed up. It is impossible. Is it about the capacity, maybe the close or something? No. The happiness, the joy is this. When you run presentation for 12 persons seated and only 1 person signed up, of course, you need to get that person started. But let me tell you the truth. The vast majority of the 11 persons, guess what? They are your potential 15 account of the future if you will just drop being a hunter. If you take them on BAI, if you can reprogram them, guess what? Like I always tell people, your BAI today, that broke man that is well programmed is your 15 account tomorrow. All right, understand that. But the hunters don't get that. If the person is not paying money, even if they get the person's contact list, most times it's just okay, submit your contact. All right, they submit your contact, we take down, okay, good. All right, what you do, you can come for quick starter guide. The person didn't come, send text message. Once the person send text message, the next thing you are rushing to book the contact. So what it means, an average hunter uses BAI, a person that has not maybe be able to start, they simply use them as a simple doorway, no effective discipleship. If you take someone's contact on BAI, let me tell you what is more important. It is more important that you reprogram that person. All right. If you are able to patiently get that person through the vision, that person telling you, I don't have money, I have lots of them. From I don't have money, today they have 15 accounts, right? That is it. But the average hunter doesn't do that. No effective discipleship. It's just a doorway. If you don't have money, submit contact, let me look for that person that has money under you. It's cool, but it's better you disciple them to reprogram so that they can actually do the business properly. All right, that is it. Another attitude of or the approach of a hunter is they don't raise leaders, or they raise minimal leaders. At the end of the day, they can hardly raise leaders because they don't pay attention to what? Much on capacity building, real true capacity building. And the result is this: forget about 7-figure income. You can make some money, but forget about 7-figure income. All right? Because what is more important is having a sense of a team. All right? You can get lots of sign-up. It is possible to get, as a hunter, it is possible to get 7-figure, but you cannot sustain it. Because if you keep getting sign-up, you get a sign-up, 15 accounts, you put it, it matches, and eventually you're able to get, some money. I mean, you're able to get up to 1 million that month. But the question is this: the feasibility most times, especially when you're building your business in a place where you're going to be getting complaints like this, the feasibility of people signing up 15 accounts on the go, 7 accounts on the go, 3 accounts on the go, sometimes it might not just be like that. You always see that the vast majority of people are people that might not pay. Some people will pay, but the vast majority of people that might not pay. All right. So because of that, you're not raising leaders. You can make some income, but it will not be sustainable. All right. Please understand that. And the third type, remember, we're talking about the 3 kinds of people when it regards to what the way they do their activities. The third type are the pros, the professionals. All right. These are the farmers. Now, the professionals approach their business in the correct way. All right. They understand seizing. They are visionary. They're living the vision. All right. They're living the vision. They're acting on the vision. When I mean the vision here, they understand seeding and harvesting. They operate on the vision of C2 energy. Remember our vision, if I'm going to recap it, our vision is to raise a financially free people who will what? Raise other financially free people. And you need to understand this. So when you chase that man that has 15 accounts, guess what? You need to understand that what you need is leaders. And sometimes you see, how many of you have discovered this? Sometimes you see that man that just come in one time, boom, 30 accounts, 15 accounts. Guess what? It's amazing to hit your income target. But let me tell you the truth. Most times, relatively, when you compare them with people who has less capacity as them in terms of finance, they are relatively more difficult to duplicate. They are relatively more difficult to raise as leaders. It is most times easier to raise. Sometimes these people that you see, they don't have the money. They've almost been giving up hope. And it is just this business you show them and they are willing. But you need to understand, they don't have capacity. So sometimes we get pissed off, we get tired of them, and we discard them. The vision of C2 is to raise financially free people, not to look for financially free people. Now, don't get me wrong. Should you look for prospects that have capacity for paying or doing 30 accounts? Yes, please go for it. Go as many as possible. Strategize yourself. Look for those prospects. Position yourself well. Get those people that can do 15 accounts. Disciple them. Do everything. All right, get them in. But let me tell you the truth. It has been tested and proven. Even from the world, go and check it. All right. Even Jesus Christ, if you look at his disciples, the people that were around him that he discipled, they were not the Romans. It was not Pontius Pilate. It was not those people in authority. It was the tax collector. It was the fishermen. Now, what am I saying here? It is usually relatively easier. All right. Go and check Prophet Moses. All right. Check it very well. Most of people that have dominated, visions that have been led, people that have conquered, it is usually relatively easier doing this thing, all right, with people who have less capacity but willing to learn than those who are already established. The man that is giving you 15 accounts, 30 accounts, already has something he's doing. All right. So you put in effort to disciple him, you put in effort to mentor him, but let me tell you who is more important. That man that struggles to even afford 1 account, but willing, anything you tell him, he does it, willing to learn. If you get a man that is so capable of doing 15 accounts, but is willing to learn, trust me, you can't see that man's back. And that's the reason why you can see somebody like Dr. Elijah Umar today, for example, one of the top mentors of this organization. He had the opportunity, the privilege to be able to work, do this multiple account. He had some level of capacity, but was also what? A listening time. They are not much. You have very few of them in the field. All right. So don't be a hunter, be a pro, understand seeding and harvesting. Whenever you mentor people on BAI, take your time, work with them. What you're actually doing is seeding. And when harvest comes, it just comes. All right. When people see the codes we request, sometimes they're tempted to think, maybe most time what they're asking is, what exactly are you doing? What is the close? What is the slide? Send me your slide. Send me this. The truth about it is this. The slide is not better than your slide. The closing tactics is not better than your closing tactics. What we are simply doing is we are looking for those that are willing, whether they are capable or not. As long as they are willing, it's easier for us to work with them. And when harvest comes, it comes. All right, that is it. Another attitude of what, or the approach of a pro or a farmer in our business is when they work with BAI, all right, they take BAI for effective discipleship. It's a doorway, they get contact list, but they are also what? Getting these BAI people to disciple them, to reprogram them, because they understand, take note of this, very important, you can write this down. Every broke man today that is willing to learn, all right, is a potential 15 account of the future if reprogrammed successfully. If you are successful in reprogramming, it's going to do 15 account in the future. It will interest you to know this. All my major leaders in my team, all the major leaders I have in my team, nearly all of them, all, in fact, not even one, all of them are people that started with part payment. Some of them were BAI. Take note. I have lots of people who have done 15 accounts. Some of them are nowhere to be found. Check it. I have a couple of leaders, even the U leaders, except the likes of maybe a couple of them that started with one account, but some of them 4,000. Even I myself too. What did I start with? 4,000 naira. Imagine the mastermind decided because I started with 4,000 naira to throw me away. Oh, he doesn't have money. Please go and sit down one place. It means I won't be here talking today. I only had 4,000 naira, but he still took me and still encouraged me and worked with me, reprogrammed me. And when I understood it, somebody is asking what is BAI? BAI is Brand Ambassador Initiative. BAI, you're talking about, is a system in which you use to work with people who are really interested in the business, but don't have the means at the moment. All right. When you work with them, as time goes on, they build capacity and they can develop the means. All right. That is it. I hope that explains that. So every broke man, all right, today that is willing to learn is a potential 15 account of the future if reprogrammed successfully. All right. So understand that this is what the pros understand. And this is an advice. All right. Don't just be a farmer that plants, but be that farmer that plant trees. All right. Build leaders. It is so easy, relatively rather, it is relatively easier to build leadership or to build leaders from people who are of less capacity than those people who are already established. This is a tested and proven something on the field, all right? That is it. Now, having understand this, let us move to something very important, all right? Please let me know if you're learning something. If you're learning something, just write, I'm learning. Please, if you know you're getting something, just write, I'm learning, all right? Because we are gradually going into the main. Those things I'm just telling you, guess what? Are just to scratch the floor, but follow me closely because I've not forgotten the topic. It is the activities in the field that gives you or that takes you to 7-figure. All right. Now take note. Now I'm going to give you a pragmatic picture of what a productive day looks like. All right. I'm giving you a pragmatic picture, a clear-cut picture of what a pragmatic day looks like. I haven't talked about the different types of days, supportive days, productive days, wasted days or lost days, and the hunters, the posers, and all this. Now, let me show you a pragmatic picture of what you should be doing. Like I said, I'm not here to speak grammar. I'm here to tell you exactly what you need to focus on and what is important so that you can get good results. This is a picture, a pragmatic picture. And this picture I'm giving you is the picture of what we do in my team and what my leaders do. And this is what I've duplicated. And it's actually working. In fact, it's not just working, but it's duplicable. Because in our business, it's not just what works that matters, but what will duplicate, what others, it will continue to work for you and for others. All right. Somebody said too fast. Please follow me. All right. Follow me clearly. All right. Just do your best. Follow me. All right. That's it. Now, I'm going to give you a pragmatic picture of what a true day, a true productive day looks like. And this is what my average day looks like. The average day of most leaders, not just in my team, most leaders, check it very well, that are successful in this industry and in this business, this is what they do. All right. Now, when you wake up in the morning, all right, I'm not going to talk about goal setting. I'm not going to talk about, reprogramming your mind for 7-figure. The mastermind and I'm the ambassador, the first lady, have done that already. All right. If you didn't attend the training of the last 3 days, please look for the recorded version or find a means to get access to it. All right. So I'm giving you a pragmatic picture of what a true productive day should look like. Remember, I told you a true productive day is a day that has a balanced combination of productive activities and supportive activities. All right, that is it. Now, what does the true productive day looks like? Now, when I wake up in the morning, all right, remember our first cardinal culture, so it's just normal and natural and appropriate that you hand over your business to God. So spiritual devotion, you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, all right, you believe in the Creator. So first thing, you want to commit your day to God, all right, you take out some minutes to do that. I'm not going to time it. You know how to appropriate your time, apportion your time for this, all right? You want to pray for 2 hours, you want to pray for 1 hour, you know how you want to do it. But what is important is you want to commit your day, all right, to God. And what next after that? Of course, normally what next? It is cell meeting. You have your cell meeting where you first go listen to what? Motivation. You go listen to what? Trainings. You learn. All right? Cell meeting. And that's why I tell people, if you are missing cell meetings, trust me, your journey to success is a little far. All right? That is it. You need to attend cell meeting, even if you're a part-timer. Thank God for technology. All right? Then it was very impossible for me to attend cell meeting because I had to leave Kaduna and come to Abuja. So anytime I get a privilege or opportunity, I do, but most times I could not. And that dragged me back to a large extent, right? That is it. So if you have the privilege, now that there is Zoom, if you are a part-timer, maybe you're going to work, guess what? You should have this consciousness, join in, get a Bluetooth. Get a Bluetooth, and guess what? Have it in your ear. You can keep your phone somewhere. And when they are talking, you are busy doing what you're doing, or you are listening in your office to that cell meeting so that you can benefit. You can multitask. You can get this thing done. I would encourage anybody, whether you are full-time or part-time, don't play with cell meeting. This is not a training to explain everything about cell meeting, but let me talk a little about cell meeting. For those who do cell meetings, a cell meeting, look at the focus for cell meeting. Number one, you want to transfer belief, motivations, or as the case may be. I transfer belief in different ways. For leaders doing cell meeting, there are different ways to transfer belief. Sometimes I just bring laugh over rejections. I can just bring a rejection I faced or someone faced, and we laugh over it, you know, and all that, and we can just laugh over it for 10 minutes, and that's what we do in cell meeting. After that, we move on to the next thing, which is the training for that day. The training might not be so much. It might just be maybe a 20 to 30 minutes training. It might not be that extensive. But let me tell you the most important thing in cell meeting, and this is for leaders or for cell leaders, all right, and this is what I've trained my team to do. The most important, remember we talk about what? Transferring belief, trainings, but this is what is more important in cell meeting. The most important thing in cell meeting is activity, the delegation of activities, planning the day's activity. I've attended some cell meetings and I've tried to find ways to correct this thing. Even for my leaders, when they make that mistake, I corrected them. Thank God, I don't think anybody is making that mistake anymore. The reality is I've seen some cell meetings, it's so beautiful. It's so powerful. The training is second to none. And these cell meetings are going on every time. But guess what? You have a bunch of people who are so good, they are so enthusiastic, but they are not generating results. I would rather have you run a cell meeting that is just 10 minutes of training, just 10 minutes of something brief. It can even be a cast session. It can just be a question and answer session whereby people can get opportunity to just ask one or more questions or things bothering them about the business. And when they do that, when they are done, within 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, they are done answering those questions. Then you plan their activities. Remember, we're talking about daily activities. All right? You, the leader, before you start your activity, it is appropriate, it is proper that you should plan the activity of your team. Personally, I don't go into activity until I am done allocating what everybody is meant to do. My cell meeting can last extensively if I want to put it in a single record, but most times it just averages maybe 1 hour. Sometimes it might extend, sometimes it might be less. But what takes most of the cell meeting, it is sitting after the training and everything. Guess what? We sit and discuss and negotiate. In fact, we discuss what we need to do that day. And of course, at the end of that day, I will be expecting results or feedback. So I need to know I am a leader, for example, and guess what? I have 3 people in my cell meeting. If I have 3 persons in my cell meeting and I'm done training them, so Mr. A, what is the plan for today? How do you intend to generate codes? How do you intend to get results today? What's your plan? I love to hear their plan before I, sometimes I just fine tune their plan. All right. So they tell me, actually, you look at what you usually hear sometimes. You're going to hear, actually, after this training, I want to do personal development. And these are mistakes. After cell meeting, I want to do personal development. There's this book, I want to read it. And then even that recorded video, I want to watch it. You see, wisdom demands something, that you're going to do something that is right, the right thing, at the right time, in the right place, and in the right manner. If it falls short of any of this standard, there's no wisdom attached to it. Understand it. You can be doing something that is correct in this business, something that is right in this business, but guess what? You are still messing up and you will not get result. I can't imagine in my team, it doesn't happen. I can't even remember when last that happened. For someone to come and after sell meeting, you tell me that you want to go and read book, or you want to go and what? You want to go and do personal development. No. For sell meeting, and this is what I recommend and I encourage leaders to do, and this is what I learned from my mentor, and this is what I stick to. I've seen people deviated from this, but please stick to it. Once you are done with sell meeting, the only proper and appropriate activity you should allocate for your team members should be invitation, productive activity. Start the day with productive activity. End it with supportive activities. It is far better. Because most times doing productive activity towards the end of the day can be very difficult. You are exhausted, you are tired, you are drained. Guess what? You will not be able to what? Do actual productive activity. So for sell meeting, once you are done with the sell meeting, negotiate the activities, tell them exactly what they need to do. Agree with them, come to terms. Okay, how many are you? Okay, what are you doing? You are booking? Okay, good. No personal development for now. Don't worry, we'll do personal development. The development we already did in the sell meeting is enough. I told one of my team members, I said, what are you going to do today? She said, if I guess what? That was the first time she was attending my sell meeting. She left her contacts at home. She has been attending sell meeting with another leader, and she came. I said, okay, good. When I saw her, I said, come. What is your plan for today? I didn't need to plan the other activities of other people because they already know what to do. When you do this thing periodically and you stick to it, they naturally know what to do and you don't need to tell them. She told me, I want to watch videos. I want to restart my SMO checklist. I said, no. Well, do you have downlines? She said, yes. How many? She said, 5. I said, do we have contact lists? She said, yes. Have they sent text messages? She said, yes. So where's the contact list? She said, I left it at home. My plan is to personal development today. I said, wow. You know what? Your place is fine. If I tell you to go and get that contact list, you might even be exhausted. What we'll do is this. Check your own phone. Search. What you do, I want you to invite 5 people that will be coming to the meeting tomorrow. Start by inviting them. Use IPI. Do you know how to do this IPI? She said no. I taught her the script and I directed her to someone who regulated her. Do you know what happened? She did 5. She confirmed 5 that day. By the time I was about to leave the office, she said she has added another 5. She did 10. The next day, of course, when she got home, she continued her personal development. But by the next day, she got 2 sign-ups. Now you can imagine if she had not done something, she had just used the whole day to gather a lot of knowledge. What is the use of knowledge without activity, without practice? That's the question. So the most important aspect of cell meeting is when you are done with the cell meeting, you must sit and negotiate with your team members what they will do for that day. They need to tell you exactly in clear terms, no ambiguity. How many are you booking? Okay, you want to book? How many contacts do you have? Oh, I have 3 contacts, 150 names. Okay, good. How many do you plan to book? Okay, you want to book what? Okay, 15, right? Okay, when you are done, please notify me. You must regulate. It's key. In fact, this thing is more important than any other thing you do in cell meeting. It's more important than the training. It's more important than the belief transfer, because as long as you make them do the activities, guess what? They will get results. And when they get results, they will stay in. And they will even be more encouraged to do the personal development and other things. All right, so understand it. I just have to talk a little on cell meetings so that leaders can correct where they're making mistakes. All right, now the next activity for the day is activity allocation, just like I spoke about. So after cell meeting, activity allocation, productive activity, booking, invitation. And in activity allocation, you can talk about invitation, you can talk about the P10. Anybody, an average person that is cautious in this business, you don't want to book or invite any less than 10 persons to the meeting. It's a principle in my team. If you invite less than 10 persons in the meeting, you naturally know that that day is not a productive day. Inviting 10 persons is no big deal. All it takes is, I usually ask people, please, I want to throw this question, and I'm sure the answer will not be different. On the average, and this question is for those that know how to make call, contact recommendation call. How long does it take for you to confirm 10 persons from a contact list? Just 10 persons that will be attending the event. How long does it take? How long will it take to book? Please give me an average. I know I'm going to get different. How long on the average does it take to book 10 persons? Just 10 persons. All right. Ikem said 20 minutes. Somebody said 30 minutes. Somebody said 25 minutes. And all these things are within range. Within 15, 20, 30 minutes, you can book 10 persons. Within less than an hour, you can book 10 persons. And let me tell you something. This is one of the mistakes I used to make in my team. Please stop making this. I have seen full-timers. In fact, full-timers are in this business. You are a full-timer. Guess what? A whole day passes. You are not able to book 10. It is like a sacrilege for you to say you are a full-timer and a day passed and 10 persons didn't see the event. In fact, you are not a full-timer. That's the truth. Even if it takes you 2 hours to book 10, give down 4 hours, sit down for 4 hours and book 20 if you need to, or at least book the 10. On the average, it takes less than an hour, maybe 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on the nature of the contact, depending on a couple of factors. But on an average, maybe an hour. So it means if a person says, I'm a full-timer, sit with a contact list for 2 hours, you can book 20 persons, you can book 15 persons. Now the question is this: why will a person then stay for a whole day without inviting 10? My mentor will call it mental laziness, right? That is it. So please take note of this. These are the mistakes people make. First thing first, activity allocation. You, the leader, allocate the activities after cell meeting. Then, and in activity allocation, the most important activity after cell meeting is invitation. Minimum of 10, all right? For those that are not too hungry. If you are hungry, it depends on how they do you, all right? When I was building my business, I was booking up to 30 in a day. But the most important thing is what you can sustain, all right? That is, if you can have a minimum, you can go anything above 10. You can do 30, you can do 20, but try not to go less than 10, all right? So you can use contact recommendation, you can use IPI, you can use IPV, you can book to Zoom. Most importantly, you should engage people that will see. CR simply means contact recommendation, all right? CR, contact recommendation, IPI, instant prospecting and inviting, IPV, instant prospecting to video, all right? And guess what? Zoom, you're booking for Zoom event or whatever system you're using. But what is important is someone has to see the opportunity, all right? And guess what? When I'm done with my spiritual devotion in the morning, I go for cell meeting. When I'm done my cell meeting, I allocate activities and everybody is booking, and they know that I will check on it. When they are done, we must discuss it at the end of the day, all right? Even if they're on part-time, they're at work, they know what to do when they attend cell meeting. Let them do the booking from wherever they are and give you the feedback on WhatsApp, right? That is it. And what next? You can augment it with follow-up. When you book, I always encourage this. It's my style, but you must not do that. I always encourage people that when you book a contact the previous day, when you want to start booking the next day, all right, start by sending a reminder text to those that you already do. After your reminder, start with a fresh contact first. Meaning you can do a revisit. But when you are doing a revisit, don't start with follow-up. First do a revisit, those that you have not booked before. Because sometimes some follow-up can even spoil your day. Trust me. There's some follow-up that can, on the phone, you can even spend more time or they can spoil your day. So start with fresh contact, but make sure you don't end it without doing a follow-up on what you want, on the contact you booked the previous day. So revisit the contact, those that were switched off, those that were not reachable, those that were, network problems and all that, or that were on another call, they didn't pick, you follow them up, right? You revisit those things. And guess what? What do? From your follow-up, you can add. Maybe you book 10 from fresh contact, do your follow-up and add it to the what? To the 10 you already booked. That can make it up to 15 for you. All right, that is it. So guess what? And what next? You also ensure that at the end of the day, maybe by afternoon, stroke evening, what are you doing? You monitor, you regulate everything they have done. Those you allocated activities for, you need to check how far the booking. You say you wanted to book 10. Have you done the 10? How many confirmed? Okay, good. You regulate, you call them and ask them on what they've done. And then for those who are fresh in the business, guess what? You check, then you can talk about personal development. Okay, where did you stop in your SMO checklist? Which activity are you? All right, take this activity and proceed. This is what a pragmatic days look like. It's a combination. If you check it very well, it is a combination of productive activity and regulation, supportive activity, capacity building. All right, regulating your downlines, infusing knowledge through the SMO checklist, or as the case may be. All right, this is what a true pragmatic productive day looks like. All right, that is it. Are we learning something? If you are learning right, I'm learning. Let me be sure you're following me. All right, we're gradually going deeper. Are we learning something? It's just right, I'm learning. All right, beautiful. Let's move on. Now, this is another heading I want us to take note of when it comes to activity. Your most potent tools. What are the most potent tools in this business? Please follow this thing carefully. All right, these are things we do. Your most potent tools in this business. that can easily get you to work, that you can use to get yourself into 7 figures, all right, as you desire. Now, one of your first and most potent tool, as far as this business is concerned, is the SMO checklist. Now, let me dwell a little on this. When I was in the business, and when I started this business, I can still remember very vividly, my business used to be like this. And I'm sure some of you can connect with me, all right? Connect with me on this and know where to put an adjustment. I used to remember a point in time, I don't do anything about SMO checklist. Anything SMO, I don't do it. The only thing I know I do, and this is what I still see lots of leaders doing. Trust me, it's a time-wasting activity. What I used to do then, and what I and my leaders used to do, thank God they even stayed safe, they didn't even quit. What we used to do is, once a person signs into the business, initially there was nothing like SMO. We just we know that there's one thing they call IPO and quick starter guide. We'll tell you, go and attend it. Then we collect their contact list, we start booking. After some time, guess what? We started sending them books. Our SMO checklist activity usually ends, and this is the case for some of you or for some people. You realize that most of your downlines that are coming into your business, most of them hardly complete week one of SMO checklist. Week one. Most times they come into the business, you are in a hurry. And this is the characteristic of a hunter. An average hunter does not use the SMO checklist. He won't be patient because SMO checklist is a SMO checklist simply means standard method of operation checklist. Yes. It's a painstaking effort. Taking someone step by step by step. There is no shortcut to it. It is what you need to do. Those persons are signed up. Of course, you know the process of getting the distributor started and everything. You get them to quick starter guide, you validate their decision and everything. But guess what? After the quick starter guide, you send them the book. And after that, the next activity, the next activity to the next activity to the next activity. It is important to follow these activities carefully. Initially, what we were doing is once the person comes in, we were not using the SMO checklist. Once they attend quick starter guide and we send them the book, sometimes whether they read it or they don't read it or I don't know. But once we usually ask them, have you read it? They tell us, yes. And that is the answer they will always give you. And guess what? We book the contact. At some point in time, it was working. What do I mean by working? It was working, but there was no duplication because at the end of the day, when people sign into the business without understanding, without learning, guess what? At the end of the day, if they don't get results, they get easily discouraged, they fall out of the business. So it was double problem for us. If they don't go through SMO checklist, we were facing double problem. If you go right, problem. If you go left, problem. It was a terrible issue. When you don't use SMO checklist, your business can be so terrible. I will not be surprised. Some people that have been struggling, it is even because of this. Now look at how the SMO checklist work. When we're not using it, a person would not get signed up because he didn't read the book. He told us he read it and he didn't read it. Once he didn't get signed up, boom, he's discouraged. After the first 50, compile second 50, they won't compile. Why will he compile when he has not watched how to find prospects? When he has not read your first network marketing to deal with rejection? He won't compile. Okay, fine. On the other extreme, some of them, when they compile the first 50, they didn't go through SMO checklist, but you are able to book their contacts like the hunters do. You rush into the contacts, boom. And guess what? You book. And out of that booking, I've done it before. After booking a person's contact, I got like 4 sign-ups for the person. Look at another bigger problem that is bigger than the other one. The bigger problem is you are now struggling to work, to call the person to come and take responsibility for his downline. He's not willing. Why will he be willing? He can't be willing because why? He doesn't even understand the vision, the industry. He didn't even see this as a serious thing. He just sees it as what? Man, if money enters, it enters. If it doesn't enter, then it means the business is fake. Period. That's all. So that's why sometimes you are trying to train people to make calls. You are trying to train them to learn the business. They are not willing. They are not willing to take responsibility simply because they are not trained. They don't have knowledge, is not being infused to them. So don't follow shortcut on this. This is one thing I will tell people. Your most potent tool, one of your most potent tools in this business is the SMO. Go back to it. Someone was asking me, how do you get your downlines through the SMO checklist? I've been trying it, but it's not working. It's a painstaking effort. There's no shortcut. Do you do it like a class? We don't do class. We have an incubator where everybody is there, but you must follow them up individually. It is educate. There are 3 steps to it: educate, delegate, and regulate. So before you send them any activity, Oh, sir, oh, wow, congratulations. I'm going to send you this book. This book I'm going to send to you. Guess what? It's a book that helped me. This book helped me so well. I'm sure you want to be successful in the business. Yes. Okay. You know what? In fact, I want you to be successful. I will send you this book. But although your focus is only chapter 1 and 2, start from introduction. All right. When will you read it? When do you hope to be done reading it? You tell me, maybe by tomorrow. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow by this time, so that by then I know you'll be done with chapter 2, so that we can move on, because I want you to be successful. So what did I do? I've educated and delegated the activity to him. I've told him the importance of the activity, and I've given him the activity to go and do. And what next? This is one part people miss. You promise to call him the next day. You must call him. It's a painstaking effort. You must do it. No shortcut to it. Because what you make the issue in your team is what becomes the issue. If you make SMO checklist the issue, definitely to become the issue. I've seen teams where they don't go through the SMO checklist. If you call SMO, some don't even know the meaning. So make it the issue. Those who complete it, find a way of celebrating them. Find a way of acknowledging them. Celebrate them, right? Throw their celebration on the platform, so that people can know that, yes, this thing matters. So that even other downlines that are trying to get their people to the SMO checklist, they can find ease in doing it. Because the leader knows that, they know that, boy, man, if I do this thing, the leader will acknowledge it. And you regulate. Oh, wow, are you done? Did you read the book? Yes, ask them questions. Oh, what did you learn? Okay, they talk about rejection and they talk about money mantra, that my family, when they tell you those things and you are sure they read it, oh, wow, congratulations. You know what you do? Please do me a favor, put in a short video clip on what you just said. I can send it to the mastermind so that he can be acknowledging. You can send things like that to your top leader. Make SMO checklist the issue and make sure they go from the beginning till the end. For me, let me tell you the principle in our team. Anybody that does not go through SMO checklist in 381DA, ask all my leaders, they know you are a matching bonus. That's the truth. It's a principle we already know. If you fail to go through the trainings, we know you are just a matching bonus. We know you will not survive in the business. Whether you are part-time or whether you are full-time, if you fail to learn what is in the SMO checklist, forget about 7 figures. Forget, what are you talking? It took me how many years to become a doctor? So what are you thinking? A doctor, after I finished, I was earning 100 and something thousand. Then you are thinking about 7 figures without going through just one small paper. So there's no 7 figures. Forget it. You are a matching bonus. Period. That's it. So it's a make it the issue. Make it the issue, and of course, it will become the issue, and you see people taking it more seriously. There is no shortcut to it. It's a painstaking effort. All right, do it. Another potent tool which you have is your worksheet. There are different things for different teams. Some teams use 444 worksheet. I've seen 555. I've seen 666. All right, please don't do 666 so that you will not think it's Antichrist. Okay, don't do 666, please. So people say it's Antichrist. All right, that is it. All right, so there's 444, there's 555. Like in our team, we do the 888 worksheet. All right, we just do it and all that. But most important is not having the worksheet, it's using it. When they get the sign up, they record it, the name, the date, and all that, and then you help their sign up get sign up. It's a worksheet. When people have a roadmap, something they are looking up to, I would have brought pictures of all these things. All right, but I'm sure everybody knows about it. I think I have some. It's just something like this. All right, I have it, but every team has it. So this is the 88, this is the SMO checklist, and this is the what? The 88 worksheet. All right, so that is it. You have 44 worksheet. Whichever one you are using is okay. What is most important is being disciplined about it and actually what? Using it. All right, so use your worksheet, because when people can see everything they need to do on one paper, it is simplified. And guess what? Simplicity makes people want to do it. Once there's complexity, guess what? It makes the business unwilling. It makes them unwilling to do the business. All right. Another potent tool or another potent strategy which you have, if you want to drive to 7 figures, guess what? It is challenge 36. It is the challenge 36. You know, when this challenge, let me do a little on this. When the challenge 36, when I first heard of it, I didn't understand it. I just saw it. I just took it for granted. But guess what? I played over it for 1 month. I played over it for the 2nd month. I didn't take it seriously. No, someone say explain the worksheet. I will not be able to explain that now, all right? Because somebody, but the worksheet, your leader will explain it. The worksheet is your downlines, the people you sign in, and then the people they signed in. You just fill it on the worksheet, all right? Your leader will explain that. But please, there's something more important, all right? Please pardon me. But maybe if time permits, if there's room for question, I can do that, okay? So let's move on. Challenge 36, I played over it for the 1st month. I played over it for the 2nd month. I didn't know because I didn't understand it. Because I just said challenge 36, I beg. And this is the mistake people still make. A lot of people want to become 7-figure income earners, and they don't even know that the shortest journey to it is the Challenge 36. That's your shortest cut. That you can become a 7-figure earner and you can still remain there. Because guess what? You generate that 6 code, you get your people to work, to generate that 6 code, and nobody wants to go less than that 6 code in a month. So it means they have a what? Track to run on. It is not sufficient for your downlines to be educated, to be knowledgeable in the business, but it is also very important that they have something they are pursuing. They should have a goal, a short-term goal that they can pursue. All right? Challenge 36 is one of the most potent strategy or tool you can use to get to 7-figure. I'm going to come to this more. I will elaborate it more towards the end. All right, as I round up on this training. So take note that 36 is on it, is one of them. And then you have regulatory mechanisms which can help you get to like accountability sessions and regulatory mechanism. It's also another potent mechanism to work to drive your business to 7 income. Anything you don't regulate can hardly grow sustainably. Take note. In fact, regulation is the key, is the most important. All right, is the most important. Someone asks what is Challenge 36. Just hang in, I'll break it down. All right, I'll break it down. I'm coming to that. All right, that is, I'll break Challenge 36. Your leader will still explain more to you, but I'll break it down so that you'll understand it. Now, you must find a regulatory mechanism. It's a painstaking effort whereby whenever you give any tax, you must ensure you demand feedback. Any tax you give and you don't demand feedback, if you are used to that as a leader, let me tell you what will happen. Anytime you give a tax, they won't do it. And once it happens like that, guess what? There's no room for growth. So there must be a means. People should know that they are accountable. Whenever they are given a task, that they must report. All right. Even in Challenge 36, you submit report. I will talk about that more. Right? You submit report. That's what? A feedback mechanism. For top leaders, you can have these weekly accountability sessions where leaders come and account to you what they did all through the week, what they got, and you plan the week activity. Cell meetings are used to plan daily activities. You can have weekly sessions where you plan weekly activities, and this is especially for leaders. These are potent tools which any leader you see generating stupendous income in this business, check them. They do these things. I don't know of any leader in C2 Energy or any leader that I know that is not using these strategies. It might differ, tactics may differ, but if you follow this principle is what they use, right? And that is it. Now let us look at what is your greatest strategy. And this is where I'm going to call it. Please follow me closely, all right? That is it. Now, what is your greatest strategy to 7-figure? Remember, the training is activities in the field. Activities in the field that makes you become, or that helps you become, a 7-figure income earner. Now, we're talking about the strategy here. You can do lots of activity, but let me tell you the truth. You must understand that strategy over hard work, it is key. I did a training for my team, right? How to become a multi-millionaire mentor. Strategy over hard work. You must understand it. I've seen a lot of people in this business, even in my team, they were doing it. They put a lot of activity. One of my team members came to me, and when he came, guess what? He said, Doctor, I want to earn ₦1 million. I want to become a multi-millionaire. And when he told me that, I said, no, don't target ₦1 million. Focus on what is important to you at the moment. All right? Focus on what is important to you at the moment. All right? Your greatest strategy to 7-figure, all right? Can anybody guess? What is your greatest strategy? Someone should know about it. What is it? Can anybody guess on the chat box? Please just write if you have an idea, just guess. What is the greatest strategy to 7-figure income earning? It is absolutely correct. Someone say raising leader. I agree with you. All right, they are all important, but most importantly, somebody said Challenge 36 secondary. I think you pinned it, you hit the nail on the head. All right, your greatest strategy is Challenge 36. This is what it is. Because look at what you want to do. As a leader, you need to what? Have rest of mind. And the only way you can have rest of mind is to be sure that people know what they are pursuing, and with or without you, they are pursuing it. Otherwise, if you are going to be the one, because if you educate them on the SMO, it's not sufficient. If you don't give them track, Dr. Tom Barrett said that in Dare to Dream, Work to Win. He said, your responsibility as a leader is to provide a track which your team members will be running. Because once you put them on track, guess what? Whether you are there, whether you are not there, guess what? They can still run. And that's why you see top leaders, you see them, they travel, they go anywhere, but business continues. Why? Because the team members have their track. The leaders have set the track for them to run on. Your greatest strategy for you to hit 7-figure and sustain it, that I know currently, is challenge 36. I joked with it for 2 months. I paid dearly for it. When I came back and I realized it, in fact, I regretted it greatly. But I had to pick it up and take it very seriously. Until date is what I'm using. And guess what? I take it so seriously. All right. And how does the challenge 36 work? Now, let me give you an advice before I break this down. Understand what is important. Understand and focus on what is what matters to you the most at any geographical point in time. Take this advice before I break down challenge 36. Understand what matters. Now, someone is asking what is challenge 36. I can guess that such a person maybe is the new connector. Maybe the person is just starting the business. If you are just starting the business, guess what? Challenge 36 does not matter to you. It's not important to you. If you are new in the business. If you are new in the business, you are just starting the business. Let's say you are a day or a week old in the business. Please, can anybody guess on the chat box what matters to a new connector in the business? A new person that just started the business, what matters, please? Can anybody tell me on the chat box? Please write. Let me hear you. Money, no. As someone say SMO, correct. SMO. Please don't pursue money in this business, so otherwise you get frustrated. My mentor didn't teach me that. He told me that I should be pursuing the people. He said, focus on the people. When you build the people will build the business, and the business will give you money. If you follow that principle, you will have rest of mind. You won't have problem. If you pursue money, you will never get it. Focus on the people, build the people will build the business, and the business will pay you money. That's the principle. So the most important thing for a new person that just started the business is learning. You're going to have pockets of activities while you are going through the SMO checklist. At some point in time, use your discretion to test their emotional, quotient and all those things. When you see that they are due, you can teach them IPI, they can do invitations, you can book their contacts. So they can be doing pockets of productive activities. All right? But take it at least 60-40. 60% of the activity should focus on learning, building capacity, going through the SMO checklist. In fact, almost 70% should focus on that. Maybe the remaining 30 to 40% additional productive activities, especially if you see that they are stable emotionally. The business can be emotional, especially for new people that they are just starting the business, they are thinking, they are not sure whether their money is gone. So such people, it's not challenge 36. For such people, their focus is to read, is to watch videos, is to learn, is to attend trainings, is to learn the business and understand it. So understand and focus on what matters at any geographical point in time. When my leader came and told me, one of the persons told an upcoming leader, I said, I want to make $1 million. I said, don't pursue $1 million now. You can't get it. And even if you do get it, it's not sustainable. All right? Because I knew his capacity at that time that he was not ripe for it. Even if he tries it, he might get it, but he will not sustain it. All right? That is it. Now, another thing again I want you to understand as an advice before I break down this chapter 36 is please follow cuts that are short. A short cut. Follow short cuts. Please understand it. Follow short cuts against short cut or convenience. Don't follow short cut. A person comes in, you book their contact massively, and they are getting signed up. You are not taking that pain to call them. How far? The training. Okay, how far? These things are, people just want to evade those things. The more you do that, the lesser your chance of raising leaders. And if you don't raise leaders, forget about 7 figures. See, no leader will deceive you. Any leader that wants, no leader will deceive you. 7 figure does not come from an individual effort. It's the pure truth. If you dare make 7 figure from an individual effort in the first month, try the second month. If you try the second month, then it's not Dr. Umar that is talking to you. If you dare make it on your own for the first month, singular activity by yourself, try it again the second month. You can't. 7 figures come from what? From building people's capacity. It's going to be a collective effort. Anything well that is built must come from what? From a group or from teamwork. So don't follow shortcut of dumping the SMO checklist, dumping every other thing, and just focus like a hunter. Don't do this hunting game. It is an attempt for you to follow shortcut. That is why they stay in the business. 2 years, you are still following the shortcut. 3 years, 4 years, still on shortcut. You don't want to bend down and bring your nose to the grindstone. I have done it, it didn't pay me. 6 months, I wasted it. 1 year, I was wasting it. I was getting results, but each time I make money, guess what will happen? Because I was a very stubborn person. When I make money, I will make, but after some time, the money will work. It will drop. Until I had to come back to what is right, which is what? Infusing knowledge and what? And taking you to the SMO checklist. So it's not about convenience. It's not going to be a comfortable procedure, Do what is right, all right, so that you can get the result. Another advice I'm going to give you is this, because I want to come into this strategy. I want to show you something very powerful, all right? And this will be the most important thing for this training. And I want leaders to pay close attention when I get to that. Now, let me give you this advice. How you stresslessly become a 7-figure income earner. Upgrade your account to 15 is an advice. If you like, do it. If you like, don't. Upgrade your account to 15. I always say this, and my leaders understand it, that if you are operating on less than 7 accounts, I know some people might not do 15 accounts, maybe they have 7, they are trying to upgrade it, some are putting in effort, I understand it. But guess what? I always say it in this business, if you have less than 7 accounts, the reality is this: if you ever make 7 figures, the truth about it is this: your breakthrough time will be extended. It will take a longer time. Even in our quick starter guy, Carlos Bonaventura said it took him 10 years to get where he is. It took him 10 years before he was able to summon what he was able to summon to get a Maserati. But guess what? The same Maserati, that was because he borrowed money to start one account. The same Maserati was bought 5 years by my mentor, and we are aware of this. Within 5 years, what took Carlos Bonaventura 10 years, it took another person 5 years. And that was because he started what? 7 accounts. What about you that will start 15 accounts? So expect it in less than 5 years. Why should I take 10 years to do it if I can get it done in 3 years or in 2 years? Please save yourself that long journey. Get your account to 15. If you don't have the means, say you start the business and you don't have the means, what I'll tell you is keep looking for the means until you get it. All right. If you have to continue your business, keep doing your business, but have it in perspective. Keep pursuing until you are able to achieve it. In fact, it can be a goal you can set that I will get my 15 account done. All right. But most times, if you wait for convenience, you don't get it done. All right. Now, let's assume you don't have 15 accounts. With 7 accounts, you can still get it done, but not as fast as 15 accounts. But please don't try to do this with 1 account. You know, in the rest of the WrestleMania, they'll tell you, don't try it at home, in school, or anywhere. I don't know of any 7-figure income earner in C21FG that has 1 account. Don't try it at home. Don't try it in school. Don't try it anywhere. 1 account will hardly work. It will hardly work. It will take you the next 10 years. Go for your 15 accounts, or best still, do anything above 7 and keep pursuing until you hit your 15 account. That's the truth. I don't want to mince my words. I didn't come here to tell you what will be palatable to you. I just have to tell you what will help you. All right, that is it. So upgrade your account. Upgrade your account to 15. Now let's assume you have, now this strategy I'm going to teach you, and that's for the challenge 36. Now everybody, please take note of this. What I'm about, what is on your screen. Please pay attention to this. This is the strategy now. 7 figures with minimal stress. I didn't say without stress, with minimal stress. Whether you like it or not, there must be stress. If you are thinking of you don't walk onto the ladder of success with your hands in your pocket. So if we're talking about 1 million naira and above in a month, so don't think it will just come like this fulfilling thing on your mouth. No, there will be stress. But how do you get it done with minimal stress? Please, if you are new in this business and you are finding this a little confusing, please remain confused. Stay in and remain confused. As time goes on, it will make sense to you, because what I'm about to break down is a strategy I gave to my leaders. And guess what? This is the strategy that even my leaders currently that are about to get into 2 Command Club are using. It is going to get you into 2 Command Club. It's going to get you into multi-millionaire earning with minimal stress. There will be some level of stress, but it will be relatively minimal compared to what any other person would do. Now, this is the chart. Now, I've taken, if you adhere to the advices I gave, if you've taken the advices I gave, right, understand what matters to you at any point in time. When you are done with your SMO checklist, the next thing is to enter challenge 36. All right, you enter challenge 36. Now, when you're in challenge 36, what is your pursuit? Now, follow it before I talk about it. In challenge 36, your pursuit is to generate 36 codes within a 1-month period. And there are procedures for that. Leaders understand this, so they're going to break it down more for their team, all right, at the various platforms. All right, there's a WhatsApp group for that. Leaders will break it down. But take note of something. Take note of something. I want you to understand it. Your target is to generate 36 code within a month, a 30-day or 31-day period. That's your pursuit for challenge 36. Codes, not necessarily human beings. So if a person comes in, you're able to get a person that signed in 1 account, maybe 36 people that came one account. That's 36 code. 1 account of 50,000 naira is 1 code. So one person can come with 7 accounts. That's 7 codes. One person can do 15 accounts. That's 15 codes. So your idea, the basic thing about Challenge 36 is you want to accumulate up to 36 accounts registered in your team within a 1 month period. If you do it in 2 months, it means you are not qualified. Now the idea is you're going to start from the primary, where you are pursuing to generate 36 codes. Of course, when you get your 36 code, then you graduate to the secondary. Let me tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Getting into the primary of Challenge 36 is your first step, all right, to pursuit of fortune in this business. But however, if you're talking about 7 figures, it will come when you're in the secondary. I don't see you becoming a 7-figure income earner in the primary. There is no mathematics that can help me arrive at that. I've tried it. Nobody makes $1 million when you're in the primary. If you must make $1 million, you must get into the secondary. So it means your aim in Challenge 36 is to generate 36 codes within a period to get from primary and enter secondary. Because when you do that, you enter into secondary. Of course, a couple of you are aware. For those of you that are new in the business, if you want to get into Challenge 36, be fast and be done with your SMO checklist. Be quick with it, because most leaders will not admit you if you are not done with your SMO checklist. If you don't know how to book, all right, if you don't know how to make the calls, they won't admit you to Challenge 36. So be fast to learn so that you can be qualified to enter into the Challenge 36. In primary, your target, what matters to you now is to get into secondary. Now, when you get into secondary, now this is where you can now start talking about what? About 7 figures. And I want to give you the strategy on how you can make it with minimal stress. With minimal stress. I'm assuming now I'm talking only to people that are in the secondary. Please follow this carefully. Because people are in the secondary, but yet they can still make $1 million. They find it very, very difficult. Even the leaders in my team, they were finding that difficulty until I had to break this down for them, because this is what I was doing. All right, but I discovered that I was just waiting for it to duplicate automatically. But it was not duplicating automatically. I had to sit them down and teach them. Some of you want to make 7-figure income, and you just expect that when you are doing activities, one day it will happen, one day it will happen. Please, may I burst your bubbles? If you think by doing activities, you keep doing activities, you keep doing the activities, one day it will happen. I'm sorry to disappoint you. One day will never come for it to happen. It won't happen. 7-figure is an intentional process. It doesn't come by chance. It doesn't come by luck. That's the truth. It's an intentional process. And it means there must be some level of what? Intentional pursuit. And you must have a strategy to pursue it. It can never come by chance. Don't think, okay, Dr. Elijah Umar, Dr. Victor, Ambassador Julia, they've been in the business for long, and because of that, it's a lie. It's a lie. I've seen people do what took me 2 years to do. People did it in 8 months, in less than 1 year. That was because they understood the strategy. Pay close attention to this thing I'm about to show you so that you can understand the strategy and you stop hoping on chance. Now, I'm assuming now everybody here, you are in chance. So do everything. Most people, maybe they'll be in the primary. Some people will be in the primary. Some are still on their SMO checklist. What is most important is get into the primary, and in the primary, get your 36 code. Today is the 12th of January. You can get 36 code in 1 day, but that's not your pursuit. Don't try to pursue 36 code in 1 day. Keep discipling, keep mentoring, keep doing your daily activity. Your 36 code will come. All right. Once you have a sense of a team, imagine you have this set of people you are discipling. You're able to raise 6 leaders, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. They might be people that don't even have money. I've mentored people who don't have money. I have someone that I mentored, in fact, not one, several of them. He doesn't have money, but guess what? He knows how to work, book, he knows how to present, he knows how to share flyers, he knows how to do everything. I have lots of them like that. They've not paid a single dime. They are struggling in the business, struggling to look for money, but they are presenters. Some of them manage to pay 5,000, but they are already presenters. All right. So understand this. All right. So you must understand that what you can't climb 7 figures alone. Now, I'm assuming people I'm talking to now, you are already generated it at Cisco. Do anything, whatever it will cost you, whether it will cost you blood, water, air, nail, anything. Get your 36 code this month. Get it in January, because if you get it in January and you follow this strategy in February, it is possible for you to hit 7 figure in February or latest March. It is possible. If you get into Challenge 6 by the end of this, before the end of January, meaning you find a way to generate. Now, the idea when you get that 6 code is you don't get code. Of course, people produce the codes. So there's hardly any way you get that Cisco that you won't have at least 4 persons in your team. It's difficult. All right. Most times you can even have 10, 15, 20 persons before you finally qualify into the secondary. So you are in the primary, you are qualified now, you generated that Cisco, and you have people. What it means, your business, there's one thing about your DTC. Please, this is a little technical. Leaders, pay attention. Maybe some of you will need to break this thing down. I know most of you as leaders will understand it. Those new in the business might be confused. But please, if you are confused, I will only advise you remain confused till you later understand it. All right. But just understand the strategy for leaders so that you can pass it on more to your team. All right. You can get a recorded version to understand it better. Now, this is it. Once you've generated that sys code in 1 month, most times it is not about the code, it's about the capacity of your business. It means your business has reached a level where it is possible to get that sys code in 1 month. Most times, if you look at your DTC, especially for those of you that have ideas in encoding, you realize that you will see places. I'm assuming I'm talking to people that are now in the secondary and they have minimum of 7 accounts, maybe 15 accounts. You're going to have places that are matching you once. And that is what I mean here. At the top cycle, please follow my cursor. At the top of the cycle, you see C36, secondary. Meaning you are now in challenge 36, secondary. Right? Now, what it means is you are going to have in your business a leg that is what we call a power leg. That is a leg that any sign up that comes in from there will not pay you anything. You're also going to have what we call a paying leg. Every other leg most times is a paying leg. So in that paying leg, look at what happened. There are legs that are going to pay you once, meaning any sign up that comes, any code that comes in there, guess what? Will pay you just 7,000 or 6,500, or as the case may be. Now, what do I mean by 7,000 here? One matching. It means so your target in 36 secondary is to get people out of the primary, in the primary that will also join you in the secondary. You want to get them to generate that 6 codes. If you get somebody on your one-time matching leg, follow this strategy to hit your 7-figure and sustain it. If you get somebody on your 0 time, follow the cursor, look at the cursor. If you get anybody, let's say you have your leader, most times you see this leg that has 0 time paying. What it means, the leader that is there knows how to book, knows how to do lots of activity. In fact, he might even be a presenter. Of course, it's a taboo to be in the secondary without being a presenter. It's not appropriate. It's a taboo to be in primary without knowing how to book. But in secondary, you are trying to get your team members to get into what this. So it means you need to fix home lunches, you need to book, you need to do all this. All right. So it means you need to have the capacity for presentation. Once you're in the secondary, you need to start building capacity. Even if you don't know how to present, you can start learning. All right. So most times on this 0 time paying leg, there's somebody there maybe that knows how to present, that knows how to book, that knows how to do activities. At least he's the strongest man in the team, and he has generated lots of codes. He's moving with his people. Anytime code comes in there, it doesn't pay you. But please don't take the leg for granted, because it is because of that leg. That is why all that legs will pay. If that leg ceases to move, all other legs will stop paying. All right, they will stop paying adequately as they are supposed. So you must guard this man on the 0 time, even though the man is not paying you, but you must guard him jealously. Dr. Elijah calls it assurance leg. It gives you assurance that you will make money on other legs. So on the one-time paying leg, any man that comes in there, you must identify who is the core leader, who is the main person there that is paying me once. You have 7 accounts or 15 accounts. That man that is paying you once is also a relatively stronger man. He's not as strong as the what? As the 0 time paying man. But this man that's matching you once, maybe he knows how to book. If he doesn't know how to book, guess what you need to do? You need to quickly teach him. This is the mistake leaders make. Leaders make this mistake. The man that is matching you once, you still gather his contact, and the man that is matching you 0, you gather their contact, you are still the one booking it, you are still the one carrying all the headache, you are still the one fixing the lunch, you still go there, and you end up, do you know what happens? That man that is paying you once, if you generate that 6 codes, do the math, somebody do the math for me. If you generate that 6 codes, 7,000 times 36, it will pay you some amount. But when you subtract gift check, all right, so that we can save time, when you subtract gift check, it will land around 201,600 naira. It means no matter how I kill myself and that man generates that 6 code, what I'm expecting is just about 200,000 naira. So what does this mean? It is easier for me to create relief, for me to make that man to become a leader, to teach that man how to book, to teach that man how to present, to teach that man what he needs to be doing. So what I'm going to be doing personally, my own part as a leader will be to regulate the man, not to spoon feed the man and not to do everything for the man. I will not come and be running presentation for the man that often, but guess what? Because I have already trained him how to present. But if I've not done that, then I have to do it for him and then gradually teach him. The faster I'm able to teach him, the faster the independence I'm able to get from that level. So what is the catch? This man that is paying me once, I'm trying to build his capacity quickly so that I can set him on the run. It doesn't mean at all, I like his business to succeed, but I don't want to be the one always there 100%. I want him to take some level of responsibility. It can be even be what? 70 of the responsibility. I take 30. The 30 is regulating and ensuring home launches are fixed. I'm the one to go down the leg and make sure I call his team members to fix his home launches. When I fix his home launches, but guess what? I have trained him to be a presenter. Let him go and run it. I can even make appearance and do close for him, but I will not be the one to run it most times. Right? Now, the man on the 2 times paying leg is another person you should guard jealously. It means, please, this 2 times, 3 times paying leg, your leader will explain that for you. Yeah, somebody say management trap. Yes, you don't want to get into that. So your leader will break this down for you. So your leader will need to sit down, look at your DTC and say, this guy is paying you twice. Anything that this guy does, if this guy generates 36 codes, you are going to get 2 times the same amount, which is about 400,000 naira after subtraction of gift check. And what does this mean? If you push that guy, go down to his team, fix launches. Sometimes you might book, sometimes you need to teach him how to book. Let him also be on the move, but make sure the activities are going on using the earlier strategies I taught you, cell meeting, activity allocation, and everything. You make sure that that leg is moving. Take note, if that man generates 36 codes, it means you make 400,000 on that leg. Now, the third man is the 3 times paying man, the man that pays 3 times, meaning anything that comes in there will match you 7,000, 7,000, 7,000 for every code. If that man is to generate that 6 code, you're going to earn a total of 600,000 now. But there's one thing I've observed in this business, and I want you to understand this because this is the last thing I'm talking about. I'm in the last phase of this training. Now pay attention. That man that generates 600,000 now for that 6 code, or you see this other bigger man that generates 4 times matching. Now, this man, the reason why they are paying more, or the reason why they are like that is simply because they are weak. It's simply because they are weak. And equity demands that the one who is weak is the one that deserves more attention, period. Anybody can say that you are giving attention to the person that pays you more. Yes. Why are you in business? Is it not to make money? It doesn't mean you hate the man that doesn't pay you. You follow their business. Make sure you encourage them, keep pushing them, keep encouraging them, keep supporting them. But you see that man that is giving you 600,000 naira for that 6 code, meaning every matching gives you 3 times. Go and check them. They don't know how to book. They don't know how to present. In fact, sometimes, let me even tell you the funny thing. It is that leg, it will look like village people are there. Even the man there does not want to move. You are, in fact, if he needs begging, begging. You are even begging, he's not moving. Everything you do. In fact, even to get personal sign up and put there, wahala. So most times, look at what you do. You see the man on the 0 is to be controlled by a man. The man on the 1-time matching, find a way to control that leg with a human being. The one on the 2-time matching, control it with a leader. But you see this 3- and 4-time matching, it is your responsibility. Take it as your core responsibility. In fact, that is the least, the contact, you are the one to book it. When you are booking, still try to teach them. When you fix the launch, go and run it. You don't want any mistake. So that as you are going for the launch, you carry them along. You are still trying to teach them how to work so that very soon they will become presenters. When you are going for anything, you carry them along. But what are you doing? Most of the things that you are the one doing it. Sometimes the men, they are even dead. They are not even weak. Weak is an understatement. Some of them are dead. They are not even alive in the business. They are dead. In fact, sometimes there's nobody in the leg. What do? It is your responsibility to recruit, get your personal sign up. It means as a leader, while you are pushing the 0 man to generate 36, the 1 man is generating 36, the 2 man is generating 36, that's the 400K man generating 36. You too, as the leader, you must find a way to do your personal prospecting to also generate your 36. Your 36 will not come as 1 code 36 in a day. Sometimes it will come that you generated 3 codes, you got personal sign up 3 accounts, you got 1 account, you got 5 accounts. Sometimes these 3 leg or 4 times matching, they switch. Sometimes when you put 3 accounts there, it will turn. and it will be another leg. So that's why your personal sign-up is what you use to control it. Keep putting your personal recruit. When you recruit, you don't carry your recruit and go and put it under the man that is the 200K man or even 400K man. Put it where we match you 4 times. You are in business to make money. Don't compromise this thing. I understand we're in business to support, but this is also very important. The best of support is to build people's capacity. It's not to just give them sign-up. Teaching them how to fish is more powerful and more important than giving them fish. So if you teach them to become presenters and teach them the master prospecting and booking, they don't even need your sign-up. So when you get sign-up, put it under that man, guess what? Under that place that matches you 3 times and 4 times and work with the person. All right? Because if that man is pushed to generate that 6 code, or you are the one that generated that 6 code, and finally that 6 code comes from that leg, you are making at least 600,000 naira from your personal effort. Let's assume that 4 times matching is not there. If you add 600,000 plus 400,000 plus 200,000, how much is that? That is 1.2 million naira. If you now add 800,000 to it, meaning you have a place that is matching you 4 times, that's roughly 2 million naira. And this is the strategy. This is the strategy. So understand it. It's not an issue of, okay, let me go. No. Okay, the man from the 0 man will come and beg you. The 0 naira man will say, doctor, please, I have this important client there. If you no, he's already a strong man. Tell him that, look, I believe in you. Some of my leaders will come and tell me, doctor, please, is this presentation, I want you to be there. I say, you don't even know that you can present better than Dr. Umar. Go and run that presentation. I'm with you in the spirit, in the spiritual realm. That's how we motivate them to go and let them go and run it. I want them to succeed, but I don't want to put my effort on that leg. If you have children, the one that is more intelligent, you pay less attention to them. The one that has problem in the brain is the one you want to take to the best school so that what? It will get better. That's what normal, that's just what logic demands. So understand it, focus, put your effort there, and guess what happens? At the end of the day, you're going to make huge income. And the same way your 0, your 1-time, your 2-time matching leg are all moving. This is a proven strategy I've used and I've shared it with my leaders and they are using it. This makes it easy. Your best bet is challenge 36. So some of you that are new in the business, maybe you don't know how to encode, you don't know all those things. Please don't try encoding. Your leader does that for you. You don't understand your DTC. Meet your leader. Sit with your leader. Your leader will what? Identify and tell you, this is it. This is it. This is it. Pursue this. Do this. This man, do this. That's it. So that with that, you channel your energy on where pays you more, and then you build people's capacity so that they can stand on their own. If you follow this, guess what? It will not be anything surprising that you're making over $1 million. And let me tell you lastly, to conclude this, the reason why you need to pay close attention and give every support to the 0 naira man is because when you finally become a monthly millionaire and you're able to sustain it for 3 months, you become a 2-comma club member. Let me tell you what happens. Your first 2-comma club member most times will come out from the 0 naira man, which means you automatically become a monthly millionaire mentor. That's the reason why someone like Accountant Kevin cannot come and meet me and tell me, come and please come and run lunch for me. Who is he? Am I there? Am I sleeping? Or Ahmed will come and tell, doctor, please, there's this. I will not do it. If you like, let him invest. But me, I won't. Not because he knows I love his business. I'm the one even encouraging him and doing everything, but I will not go and run that presentation. I won't. I'll go and give the attention to another person that is weaker. Period. And guess what? When I became a 2-comma club member, it's just what it is. The first 2-comma club members I raised, one was from my 0 naira man, and the other one was from my 200K man, which tells you that what will push you to monthly millionaire mentor will be from those people who are on your assurance leg. They will assure you, give you the assurance that you can become a monthly millionaire mentor. All right, God bless you all. This is where I'm going to cut the training in. I just hope that I've been able to do justice to this, but please pay attention. This is what I'll tell you. All right, to be broke is difficult. To be wealthy, the process of building wealth can be difficult. But what I'll tell you is this, all right? Pay the price now. Pay the price now, all right? Pay now, play later. Or you play with your business now and you pay later. Whichever one at any point in time, you will still pay a price. It is either you pay the price now and play later, make the sacrifice and build leaders, or you play now and then you pay the price later, all right? On this note, guess what? I'm going to give honor to whom honor is due, all right? I've come to the end of my training, but please don't go out. There's something amazing. All right, I've come to the end of the training and I'm going to give honor to whom honor is due. Everything I've dished out to you wouldn't have been possible without my backbone, all right? Without a man who is a father to me in the business, someone that has mentored me, and I'm sure he has something to say to us. I'm going to be using this privilege to invite and introduce or bring up stage the person whom God has used to impact on me. All right, everything I'm telling you, some of you are shouting, wow, 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 wow. Wait, stop shouting, wow. I'm bringing up the person who is the brain behind everything I'm telling you. All right, and that is no other person, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me. This wow you are giving me, I want you to give it, help me use it to welcome the mastermind of 381. All right, in person of Dr. Victor ABALSON. Sir, I appreciate you so much for everything you've been doing. I welcome you on stage. Please have the stage, and anything you're going to tell us that will also benefit us. Ladies and gentlemen, please,
can we all put a round of applause? Let's put a round of applause for Dr. Umar. Wow, this is beyond expectation. Wow. Man, if you are part of these 4 days team building seminar, trust me, you should not remain on the same level. Wow, this is awesome. We appreciate you, Dr. Umar. Wow, this is even beyond what we expected, and it was huge. You entered it deep. It was phenomenal. I appreciate you, Dr. Umar. In fact, Dr. Umar is truly my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Wow. Watch out for this guy. He's going fire. He's going higher. He's getting higher. Just watch out for him. And I truly appreciate you so much. This training is super. In fact, I stayed from beginning till the end of this training. Guess what? Some of you here, you are not even focused to listen, to understand what is making this young guy over 100 course. Every request, 150 course, 140 course. That is it. That is it. Activities, core activities in the field to become a 7-figure, and it was wonderful. I appreciate you so much, Dr. Umar. You have really made it so big. In fact, you have really broken it down into pieces. You've really broken it down heavily into pieces, and I truly appreciate you so much. It's truly wonderful. Can we all type in the chat, God bless you, Dr. Umar? Just type it in the chat. God bless you, Dr. Umar. Just type it in the chat immediately. Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, let me let you know. You see, like I told you people, if you apply just 30% of everything we've given out to you, trust me, you won't remain on the same level. You will never remain on the same level. Just apply, because blessed are those that are not just the hearers of the word, but the doers of the word. Ladies and gentlemen, Challenge 36 is now being activated again for the year 2022. It's been activated. The next, I will be having another training now, but the training I will be having, meeting I will be having next will be tomorrow, but it's not for everybody in the general meeting. We'll be having this meeting for people in the primary challenge and people in the secondary challenge only. In fact, if you're in secondary challenge, we'll send you the link so that you can invite your people personally that are in the primary challenge for explanation, because we are going in deep, because the pathway, trust me, the pathway to raise more monthly millionaires, the pathway to raise more 2 comma club earners, the pathway to raise more mentors is through Challenge 36, and we are activating it. Tomorrow will be the day we will run the training for everybody that are part of Challenge 36, but officially the 4 days team building summit is over. And trust me, get back to your leader, get back to your unstoppable leader, get back to the grind, and let's go and practice. Don't go and start sleeping again. Like I told you people earlier, I told you people that the whistle has been blown. Are you aware it has been blown? People are in the field as I speak. Guess what? We've taken our time to let you know, and we've taken our time to reprogram your mind We reprogrammed your mind. Also, we've taken our time to show you, to set your goal setting. To set your goal. Somebody say, what will I be doing now that I've set my goal? We've equally taken our time today to show you the activities that you are supposed to be doing daily. Don't go and be fooling yourself and be complaining, saying that you are running the business full time. If you do it truly, if you do those things we are showing you, there is nothing stopping you from rising to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, before we end this meeting, I want to let you all know that on 20th and 21st is General Worldwide C21FG Leadership Summit worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, if you are part of these things and you have not yet gotten your ticket, in fact, may Father forgive you. May God forgive you for you don't know what you are doing. May God forgive you for you don't know what you are doing. If you are here and you have not yet gotten your ticket, you are using series of excuses to say that it's because of my children's school fees, it's because of my house rent, it's because of this, that. This is what will set you free. If you have not yet gotten your ticket, may God forgive you for you don't know what you are doing. Because if God opens your eyes to see what is coming on 20th and 21st, by now you will have borrowed money and you have even sold your TV. You will sell your TV to get 10,000 and go and get the ticket. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I can't tell you something just to deceive you. I know exactly what is coming. It's so big. It's so big to even beyond your expectation. Do this now. Secure your ticket from your leader. I don't even know whether they are still selling the tickets. But call your leader, secure the ticket today. Secure it so that you won't be left behind. The activities of the field have fully resumed. Take notes, do the cutting, and then I hope to dine with you all at the top. When you see most of these our top leaders that are doing well, doing great, doing wonderful, trust me, they actually pay the price. The question is, are you ready to pay the price? Let me tell you, God is already on our side. That's the truth. God is already on our side. But you have to understand that you have your own role to play to fulfill your vision, to fulfill your dream, to make those things God has promised you to come to pass. Go and secure your ticket immediately. Don't let today finish. Go and secure the ticket. Oh, I'm saying it now because I understand. Don't be left behind. I beg you, don't give excuses. No, I'm living in Lagos. I cannot come to Abuja. I'm living in Anambra. Okay. Oh. This is one of the most cheapest thing we've ever experienced. Thank you very much. God bless you. It's one of the most cheapest leadership retreats we've ever experienced. And guess what? The top leaders have to subsidize to make this happen. God bless you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank God for all of you that came through these 4 days. Go and practicalize. Meet your leader. Join the primary challenge. Join the primary challenge. Join the secondary challenge. Engage in the activities. The only people we are meeting tomorrow are only the people that are in the primary challenge and people that are in the secondary challenge. I will be posting the link for the meeting tomorrow. God bless you all. If you are not part of the primary or secondary challenge, you will be part of that meeting because we are about to dissect some things so that we can start chunking out multi-millionaires. Just like our vision say, the vision 2024 is to raise what? 50,000 multi-millionaires within our system. And guess what? Our focus, we need to chunk out more millionaires through our system this year. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And may God make the works of your hand go with ease. Thank you very much. And always know this, that with God on our side, we are unstoppable. So I release the grace of God upon your life that will make you shift to the next level. May that grace of God make things work with ease for you. May the grace of God make you locate your helpers of destiny. May the grace of God direct your path as you engage in these core activities for financial freedom, and so shall it be in the name of Jesus. Thank you very much, and officially the team building seminar is over. Bye-bye. God bless you all. And guess what? I hope to dine with you all. I'm waiting for you at the top. You see, let me tell you, up here, it's too empty. I need more people to join me at the top. Guess what? We have few people here up here. We're just seeing people in hundreds, in thousands. We need more of you here to dine with us, join us at the top. And guess what? We believe in you. We know you can do it. We truly believe that you can make your dream come true. Thank you very much, and thank you very much. And guys, I hope to dine with you at the top. So tomorrow, for the people in the primary and secondary challenge, get ready for tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.